So it's a couple days away from Valentine's. Let's do Valentine's. I don't understand her anymore. I don't find ways to get married to her. Anyways, let's get into this look. You can see my eyes finish. I need to do my base now, so let's do it together. Why not? I feel like this one matches better in my anyways, let's get into this. Already did the prepping. Now I'm gonna start with Yummy Skin number 7. But then the man awkwardly replied to the lady that she need not worry about Mr. Casaros. Yummy Skin Concealer number 15 as a bronzer. And with a coldness in his voice, he said that she knew perfectly well what answer he wanted to hear and ordered her not to pretend. What? Irene asked anxiously. This is my placement for bronzer. Irene asked worriedly why he was silent and asked when they were meeting today. He answered it might sound like still there, and Alan smelling it immediately jumped up from the bench. He explained that she was already nearby, and Irene looking around asked, here. The boy said that he would go around and told his sister to stay here. Alan immediately ran away, not listening to Irene. She wanted to go with him, but suddenly she shuddered because of the noise of the bushes nearby, and soon it mattered to her. Oh, the woman said, smiling and informing her that blush. If you don't like blush, you don't blush. Stop, honey. Return alive? She asked cunningly. In war, anything can happen, really. Alan, anticipating all sorts of things from his mother, asked in horror why she had come to visit him, and the goal was to gently remind him that if something happened to the Duke, the entire house and title would become his. He must prepare to become a full-fledged heir to the House of Casaros, and was ordered to make sure that he asked for forgiveness, asking if she was okay. Crying in pain, Irene said that she would live and asked Vesta to just continue. But if they realize what they are trying to do, they might just get killed. If she dies here, how will they all react? Leah will probably cry. And Alan. She had imagined the fate of the villain of this novel so many times, but when she came face to face with death, she has overcome incredible fear, Alan. Why is it that at such a moment only his face is before her eyes? How strange that she, no, it's time to give up. They would get out and return the duchy to Alan and everyone else. True. Let's blend it out. Watching that expression on her face, this is the placement I did this time. And asked not to bother his head with it. Later, she would regret this day. If she had insisted on talking then, perhaps all this could have been avoided. And a few days later, Lady Vesta visited her with a conversation about the sisterly conversation. The Count asked when he asked Knight I'm not going to start the powder process, but you can spray setting spray at this point. I don't think I want my hand eye brighter than what it is already. The girl was happy to fulfill this request, and so after a while, the carriage went along the night road. As the ladies in confusion, now this man was her husband. The girl bowed before him and said that her name was Runia Persephone, and that she was ready to sacrifice her life to serve the Klonoa family. The girl was surprised that her husband turned out to be so handsome. She was prepared for him to look like the devil, but he only calmly repeated what she had said about being ready to sacrifice his life. Runia, come here, said hideous Klonoa, and extended his hand to her. She couldn't even remember the last time someone had taken her hand. Runia thought using a fluffy brush with my pearls of blood. And not just serve her as a tea, she was a special potion. Bronzer. She watched Hideous' eyes. Suddenly he grabbed his chest, crumbling the collar of his shirt. Runia hurried to catch him. She still wanted to use someone. She glanced at the table with a tray of tea she had brought today's hat. Runia thought she would be very happy if she felt Hideous. Then she lived on with the wonderful memories of this night they spent here. That night, 7 years ago, she ran away from the mansion because she was scared of his hair. Runia broke the marriage agreement, even though it was a priest's order. It would be strange to kill her anyway when he realized that someone had given him that potion. Runia couldn't stay there any longer, but Runia still didn't regret anything, even after years of I'm using some NYX brush and just tapping it on my hand because I already learned my lesson with it. Trying to find the words for the right answer. Finally, she said that she knew Hideous didn't want to spend the night with her. What? He exclaimed. I'm using some Charlotte Tilbury powder white to brighten a little bit, even though I said I don't think I want it brighter. And these two setting spray, Charlotte Tilbury and Yummy Skin. Runia wondered if her sons were named Uranus and Helios. Could it be a coincidence? The book told about the existence of a world consisting of heaven and earth. Dragons lived in the sky while people lived on the earth. Eastern parlor was Hideous Klonoa. Runia looked at the Duke with a desperate and frightened look. Hideous Klonoa, cried Nike. He asked why the Duke was suddenly here. Runia was still on the floor. Her clothes actually managed to catch the magician off guard and he it, and managed to cast a spell. The enemy pointed his hand straight at the ruler and trapped him in magical rays.